Hey everyone, in this voice recording, I'm going to be speaking on uniforms and why they are important in the Roman Republic, okay? Why uniforms are very important. Listen and look. Let's just say you're a prefecture, okay? It's very important. This doesn't only apply for prefectures. It applies to everything. Why uniforms and codes of color of uniform is very important, and the ability to distinguish is even more important. And any province, the people in any province must be educated. What does this uniform mean? What does it signify? What does this rank mean? What is a prefecture? What is an engineer? What is the difference between the Red Legion, the Blue Legion, and the Praetorian Guard? This education is very important for people living in any Roman province, because this will help clear confusion, and it will also help the people living in a province understand, okay, what's going on. So there's no confusion among the people, okay? There has to be some awareness of the people in the Roman province, in all the provinces within the Roman Republic, okay? Within the borders of the Roman Republic. If you're wearing civilian clothing, robes, or anything without uniform, let's just say a prefecture, okay? A prefecture in uniform is only allowed to carry on prefecture duties. Nobody else has the right to tell anyone this and that, okay? Yes, you can warn people as a Roman living in a province that, yes, if you do this, the prefecture will ask you questions in an educational way, not a threatening way, okay? You have to educate people in the province. Now, let's just say you're a civilian, just an ordinary person, male or female, living in a Roman province. You don't have the right to ask people too many questions and behave like a prefecture. That is a prefecture's duty in uniform. If you're not wearing the uniform of a prefecture, it's not your duty to do prefecture duties, okay? Also, if a prefecture is just in civilian life without his uniform, he has no right to carry on prefecture duties when not wearing the uniform. Okay, so this is why uniform is very important. People have to be aware that you're the prefecture that's doing the patrolling in the provinces, whether it's a day shift or it's a night shift, okay, whichever hour it may be. So it's very important that people get educated on uniforms. Now, the prefecture uniform is red with a cape, red cape. However, there will be a difference in the prefecture's uniform and the legion's uniform. Okay, there will be a difference, and these differences must be studied and understood by people in the provinces. Okay, so even people understand what's happening, you know. This will also help to avoid confusion among the ranks and duties and tasks of people. Now listen, in theory, you can be an informer, okay, in any Roman province. An informer as in you like to be a good citizen of that province or whatever, and you want to just report everything to the prefecture on what's going on, who's doing something that is suspicious. Yes, you can be that person. However, people won't like you in that province if you become an informer. Just be aware of that, you know? If you're reporting too much on what everyone is doing and you're interested continuously on what's happening in everyone's lives, people won't like you, and eventually the prefectures won't trust you either. They'll be like, they'll start to think, hey, you're so good in being an informer. How about what you do in your spare time, you know? So you start to lose the trust of people. So it's better to just stay focused in your own life. Look, in Roman provinces, nobody will care or disturb you as long as you're not a dangerous physical threat to people, you know? you're not behaving violently, or you're not starting a riot. That's what's important. No one's going to care what you're doing in your personal life, who you're having sex with, how much dinari you're making from the job that you do, or the work that you do. So as long as you're not being like a threat to the people around you in a physical, you're not burning down things, or you're not behaving violently too much or in a destructive way, nobody's going to interfere with you either. The prefecture also is not obsessed with what everyone is doing. The prefecture is just doing the patrolling just to make sure things don't get to a dangerous level. Only when things start getting dangerous, the prefecture starts to take action, okay? Also, tax collectors in the Roman Republic have to wear their uniform, whatever their clothing may be. It all has to be the same, because that way people know that you're coming, you know? It's better not to catch people off of surprise all the time. Because, if you play these kind of things, it starts to anger people in the province. It's better to keep things peaceful for the most part. Now, let's just say there is a massive riot in the Roman province, okay? There's a massive riot. Either it's a gladiator revolt, or a revolt of some slaves or sex slaves, or some slaves captured, or something of this sort, okay? By the way, another thing that must be made clear, not all gladiators are slaves, huh? There's many professional gladiators, Roman gladiators, that are doing it professionally, okay? That they earn their income in a professional way, okay? So just because you're a gladiator or a lion tamer or a charioteer is never a slave, by the way. A chariot racer is never a slave. That's something that must be understood. And if there are any slaves, an actor in the Roman Republic is also never a slave, okay? A Roman legion, a Roman prefecture is never a slave, okay? Now, there are slaves that are doing gladiator combat, but there's also many professional Roman gladiators. So lion tamers are also never slaves, okay? Now, if there are any slaves doing the entertaining in the amphitheater of the Colosseum, it will mostly be gladiators, okay? Or workers in the Colosseum, etc. So let's just say there's a riot in a Roman province, either by the Roman citizens in that province themselves, either they're unhappy with the wages, or the tax rate is too high, whatever reason it may be. There's not enough food, all kinds of, problems like this, and people start rioting, and the prefectures are starting to get overburdened by the duties of handling the rioters, keeping them, trying to pacify the threat, and it's too burdensome. The prefectures need help. Only if it's an emergency situation, you can call in the legion. One legion is enough, okay? Or even an auxiliary unit. It doesn't even have to be a legion. You can call in an auxiliary unit from the general Roman military, the Reds, into the city, the javelineers, the javelin throwers, or the cavalry, okay? To quell the rebellious rioters. It doesn't have to be like such a massive military buildup in the city. You can call in just a unit of an auxiliary, and that will usually quell the rebellion, okay? So in this way, usually the Roman military's task is not to put down